Yeah, it's live.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is Kiran Shabazz from the platform of Nurul Huda Vision EDU Global. From today, the 3rd of August, the post-summit sessions are going to start after 3-day International Teacher Leadership Summit 2020. Starting the program, I would like to invite Ms. Azra, Director Training, give a brief introduction about the post-service sessions. Ms. Azra, kindly proceed.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so very much, Kiran. So we are back after, that it's an exclusive summit. We are back today with our new program, a continuation of that, a project of Nurul Huda Education. So we have invited the teachers and educators to this post-summit sessions. It's a competition between teachers. So teachers will be presenting their presentation on this platform in the month of August and September. And the awards will be announced on International Teachers Day. So these post-summit, the audience will find that the teachers will be participating with their presentations or demos or reflections or lesson plans or any training they have used during the hybrid teaching period. And we all wish them best of luck. We warriors shared the registration link also with all our viewers. So they must have gone through. So those people, those teachers who want to be a part of it can contact us and we are going to help them out with all the details. Thank you so very much. So I'm handing over the mic back to you, Kiran. Please go ahead. Let's see who is on day one. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Ms. Azra. So today we are going to have our first session, which will be conducted by Ms. Kashfia Latafat, who is from Generation School. And since 16 in the field of education, Masters in Economics and Masters in International Relations and BA. She has also done BA. She has also done PDQ, Professional Development Qualifications in Teaching and Learning from Cambridge University. She is also associated with research and running her own educational blog. Her topic is the dimensions of teacher leadership and its impact on teaching and learning activities. So here we go. I welcome and invite Ms. Kashfia to start her session.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum to all of you. I hope you are doing fine. As you know, this is a post-summit session. First of all, I would like to congratulate team Nurul Huda, Mrs. Afia Mudassir and her team for conducting or organizing such a beautiful event, which we have just witnessed few days, one day before. And now I would like to continue with my presentation. Okay, can you see my presentation on screen? Okay. The title of my presentation today is that the dimensions of teacher leadership. Here is my introduction, which you already knew, and the contact links I will share in the end of this presentation. Okay. So before moving on to the dimensions of teacher leadership, I would like to put some light on the issue that what is teacher leadership in fact. Most of the time when we are using this phrase or this term teacher leadership, what comes in our mind is intentionally or maybe unintentionally that the roles which the like head teacher, headmistress, principal, lead teachers, and so on. But in fact, all the teachers, those who are performing their duties inside the classroom, outside the classroom, for enhancement in teaching and learning practices, for improvement in school, basically are teacher leaders. In fact, every teacher who is involved inside and outside activities in his own capacities are teacher leaders, and they are performing different tasks which directly or indirectly leave its impact on school improvement. Teachers are performing many roles under the umbrella of teacher leadership, and which encompasses all the activities, in fact, which are needed for the upliftment of the teaching and learning practices. Teacher leadership is the process by which teachers individually or collectively influence their colleagues, principals, and other members of social school communities to improve teaching and learning practices with the aim of increased student learning and achievement. In short, I would like to comment on in this way that all the activities which teachers are doing for enlightenment of teaching and learning practices are basically have directly or indirect impact on students' achievement level and school improvement. Researchers on school leadership suggested both principal and teacher leadership is important for the improvement in school and to develop positive environment in school, which supports teaching and learning practices as well. It's really very clear that if teachers are empowered by the principals and they are playing a part in decision making, they are valued in this form, they are highly motivated, and when they are motivated, it's a human nature. When you are valued and you feel an intrinsic motivation, you always work or try to accomplish the goals by performing your best part, performing your best points in your knowledge, which you have in your knowledge. The work in turn both school and students' achievement levels. It gives boost up to the students' achievement level, and school environment become more positive, and it's very feasible for other teachers as well to move along with the lead teacher. Okay. Even though researchers acknowledge teacher leadership as a unique form of leadership, and many efforts have been invested in clarifying the definition of teacher leadership, but somehow they are not focused or not being able to focus on the one point or one liner or one definition, because teacher leadership is encompasses so many activities, almost all the activities which teacher which are required for the upliftment of teaching and learning practices in schools. Generally, the theories represented the term teacher leadership focus on the term teacher leadership, teacher empowerment, and distributed leadership. Here I am sharing one definition which is stated by Mayer in his research paper regarding teacher leadership. He shares that teacher leadership is a process. Teacher leaders are the professionals who carry through with this process to lead change in their schools for the benefit of all students. Teacher leaders step outside their classroom doors and accept the challenges to improve their practice through working with colleagues, school administration, and professional staff, as well as students and their families. You know that what teacher is doing in these days, it's not just have an impact on students' learning. It has more than that. Its impact to the parents, and to parents to the communities, and communities should move on the large point is to the society. Now, before moving towards the dimensions of teacher leadership, I would like to switch on a little bit history of teacher leadership, because if you want to understand the concept or dimensions fully, you need to have some idea about the history of this phenomena or the term teacher leadership, how it evolves, and how it's reached at the point where we are right now. I developed this table which shows the 4 waves of teacher leadership along with the description. The first era, let's start with the first era. The first era of teacher leadership here shows that the teachers do not have the leadership role of teachers in schools unless they are given the official position that allows them to be responsible for decision making in schools. In fact, teachers are not doing anything on their own. They are restricted to the official position in that era. Now we are switching to the second era of teacher leadership. In the second era, the emphasis of teacher leadership is through instructional leadership. However, teachers are still in a formal position as a leader in the organization of teaching, the committee chairman, and their roles in school. In conclusion, the leadership of teachers occurs there either formally or informally in the school. Now, the third era of teacher leadership. The third wave involves teaching and leadership of teachers, where they are empowered to make decisions without the need to have an office or official duties at school. So here you see in the third era, the the principals, the management give more empowerment to the teachers, and they are now eligible or being more effective to improve the teaching and learning experiences. Now the fourth era of teacher leadership in which we are right now. The fourth wave of teacher leadership is known as transformational leadership classrooms. You know that here at that states that the leadership of teachers allows teachers to act as teachers who can affect the school and community in school success. So now the teachers are empowered and they are aware of their practices, and they are now performing in full swings and transforms their leadership skills into and transforms their classrooms into it, which benefits not just the school but enlarge the community also. And again, its impact on students' learning is that their achievement level increases. Now, roles of teachers, leaders. Teacher leaders assume a wide range of roles to support school and student successes. Whether these roles are assigned formally or shared informally, they build the entire school's capacity to improve because teachers lead in a variety of ways. Many teachers can serve as leaders among their peers. You know that every single trait of teacher is a part of teacher leadership. So now I list down some of the roles. Maybe you know more than that or you are performing more than that. But the basic 10 roles which I listed down here are resource provider. Especially during the COVID or COVID time, you know that very quick switching towards the online learning, and there was no support from the management, no lesson plans, and we are not at all ready for that. So here the teacher plays a leadership role in the form of resource provider. They develop their own resources, develop their own lesson plans and everything, and continue the process. And I salute all the teachers, those who are doing this still. Now, the second role is instructional specialists. They develop the instructions in the medium in the classroom activities for online activities, and the objective, the smart objectives, and the resources, the instructional medium, everything. And they are playing the role in this form, the instructional specialist role. The next is in this series, curriculum specialist. Here you can see that teachers are the persons who have their direct connection with the curriculum. Curriculum other than that is just a document. The teacher make them alive, and the teachers are the right persons to see the gaps where they need to improve the curriculum and develop the curriculum further, identify those areas, and they are in the better position to give feedback the management and the curriculum specialist that how to handle these issues. Here they are performing as the teacher leaders in form of curriculum specialists. Now, classroom supporter. Here you see peer observations, expert classroom teaching, and micro teaching. All these forms are that they are supporting classroom teaching. The next is learning facilitator. All these aspects which I just discussed now are facilitation. The facilitation is provided by the teachers. They are learning facilitator. They facilitate the learning activities, the instruction medium, the curriculum area, the classroom support, resource provider. In all these roles, they are facilitating the learning activities. The another very important part of teachers which they are playing is mentor. Mentoring is the source through which they develop or enhance the other peers as well, which are new to the field, and they are not aware of the practices and how to improve their teaching and learning practices. Here the role they are playing as experienced practitioners as a mentor. which supports the school the policies and also enlighten the continuing professional development program for development of teaching practices of new teachers or newcomers, or for further improvement in their roles. Now, school leaders. Yes, as a school leaders, they perform all those which I just discussed, activities, and organize those activities, promote school vision and mission, and the aim of students' learning criteria, everything they perform as a school leaders. Another very important aspect or role is changing agent. Yes, teachers are changing agents, and teacher is the only source or the point where which creates a huge change in the societies. They are able to bring change in the societies by changing their mindset of their students. It's like a whirlpool, which gives its impact. It's a ripple effect. When teacher try to change the mindset of the children, they change their thinking patterns. They take that message to their homes, to their parents, and so on. And then it's never ended. It's move on and on. So the teachers are the best source or the key element for changing in the society, and they are changing agents. And mashallah, they are doing well in the society, in the environment. We are seeing these examples. Data collector. Okay, data collector is another aspect and role of teacher, where teacher collect all the data for the purpose of improvement, and do all those feedbacks from their peers, from the students, from the parents. They all collect, the teacher leader collect all these data and bring some changes according to the need of time and for the improvement of levels, and that creates a lot of difference in the environments of schools. It makes the school environment more positive and moving towards the learning more effectively. Now the learner. Yes, teacher is always a learner. All the teachers are always learner, and they are performing their duties inside and outside the classrooms to improve the teaching and learning practices. And there is the main part, that is the main role, vital role that teachers are playing in being a learner. Their learning never ends. Now I switch to the next part. Yes, dimensions of teacher leadership. As we discussed that what is teacher leadership, what is the history or background of teacher leadership concept and term, and then we discussed different roles. Now let's see that how we connect the dimensions with these roles and what actually happening and what is required further to improve the teaching and learning practices in schools and in our community and in our society. Number one, promoting a shared school vision, mission, and goals of student learning. You know that this is the instructional leadership content in this dimension. How that instructional leadership is defined in a way that designs the school environment completely in line with instruction. It is composed of 3 dimensions: defining school's mission, managing the instructional program, promoting positive school culture. All these things are performing, all these duties are, I must say, are performing by the teachers intentionally, unintentionally, formally, informally. They are engaged in these activities for promoting school vision, mission, and for accomplishing the students' learning goals. And they design the school environment in a way which promote the positive school culture, and which is also supportive. And in the end, its impact on students' learning is that their learning levels or their achievement levels increase. B, that coordinating and managing beyond the classroom, such as organizing and leading peer reviews of school practice, managing programs, and coordinating the school's daily schedules. Here you see that they are not just teaching in the classroom, they are doing much more than that. And as these are the dimensions, so we need to align our teaching with these dimensions, that coordinate with others, managing school activities, establishing routines, and conducting peer reviews and micro teaching sessions for organizing and leading peer reviews means that They are working for the improvement of the system side by side, which in fact improve the teaching and learning practices, and which is really very important part for development of or for accomplishing the any goals of any school or organization. The next is facilitating improvements in curriculum, instruction, and assessment, such as using authentic assessments and developing curricular or instructional materials. Here you can see that when I discuss the roles, I discuss the role of curriculum development, instructional developer, and many others. You see that dimensions of teacher leadership also shows or highlight the point that they are facilitating improvements in curriculum, instruction, and assessment. And really believe me that any curriculum, doesn't matter that how beautifully designed, how well equipped with the curriculum, all the curriculum requirements their document is, but the teachers are the resources which make this curriculum alive. And one more important thing I would like to highlight at this point is that every curriculum works well when the alignment system is aligned with it, assessment system is aligned with it. If assessment system is not aligned with it, it's useless. It's just a piece of paper. And the teachers are the great source to align the assessment system with the curriculum. And they need to decide that how much they have to use formative assessment, what is the role of summative assessment, where do they have to use formative assessment, and especially in online learning, how to use formative assessments, how to engage more learners into it, and how to develop coherency of among different levels of lesson. So all these activities required a facilitation from the teachers. Without their facilitation, we are not being in a position to develop further or to move on further or to grow further. So this is really very important part. The next one is promoting teachers' professional development, such as mentoring, facilitating learning communities, promoting pre-service teacher education, and developing capacities of peers. Here you see that designations are not needed. Some of the experienced teacher leaders are hidden leaders among the staff room. They are very great source of support to for their peers. They are leaders inside their peers. They are hidden leaders. They are performing their job by supporting their teaching and learning practices, by developing their strengths, by provide rigorous training to them how to handle the pressures. And promoting teachers' professional development is really very important one. If the teacher is not trained, how could you expect that from that teacher that how she is going to take the whole class of children along with her? It's not possible. So it's very integral part of education system is that we need a professional development, continuing professional development, which in short we use the CPD, word of CPD. It's really create a change or bring change in the learning environments, in the teachers, or overall body language, where how she has to perform, how she has to behave in certain situations, how to find out the solution for difficulties which they are facing during their teaching time in the classroom, during the online teaching. Here the role of teachers which are supporting their learnings and improving their teaching and learning, both it's a mentoring or facilitating learning communities, even I might say, and pre-service teachers make them able to become a teacher leadership. And here in this way we can produce more teacher leaders. Okay. So teachers are engaging in policy and school decision making, which includes policy making, policy engagement, policy implementation, and policy advocacy. Here you see in the beginning, I shared that when we empower the teachers and they are part of making policies and not just making how to implement them, engage them when policies are forming, and policy advocacy as well. So all these sources make them responsible for their own activities, and they perform in the very best. Believe me, decision makers take ownership of their ideas, evidence, and proposals and subsequently act upon them, which in turn improve the achievement level of students and improve the school environment as well. And again, supports education system. Next part is improving outreach and collaboration with families and communities, such as advocacy for students, schools, and the profession and parent community engagement. Here, the teacher playing the part of bridging the gap between parent, teacher, and child. When we take the parent into loop, it gives a positive impact on students' learning level. And here, again, they work in collaboration with families and communities to further enhance the teaching and learning activities, to develop an learning environment, and to take a parent and community also in a loop, engage them, and it gives a very positive impact. Whatever the actions, whatever activities are doing in the school, in the classrooms, in online learning, if the parents are in a loop, students are in better position to take support from the parents, and also school is in a better position to take support from the parents. So it's really a triangle in which the teaching and learning activities move on. Last but not least, for fostering a collaborative culture in school. In one of the keynote sessions, Mr. Fulan also shared that collaborative approach and how to handle that in his keynote session. And I witnessed that, and I think it's a post-summit session, so maybe some of your audience also know that, but I stated what he wants to say, that the joint work of collaborative professionals is embedded in the culture and life of the school, where educators are for each other, as care for each other, for fellow professionals as they pursue their challenging work, where the collaboration in ways that are responsive to inclusive of the culture of their students themselves and the community and society. So you know that all these things highlight the importance of collaborative culture, where nothing works in isolation in these days. We need to connect ourselves with the learning communities around the globe, national level or international level. And I must appreciate again Mrs. Rafi Mudassir for connecting many educators at one platform and provide us such an opportunity to benefit ourselves and improve our teaching and learning activities further. Now I would like to share how it works. Growing teacher leaders, a process. Realize teacher leadership is essential. First of all, realization should be there. Then recognize teacher leadership as a teachable skill. Please make this thing in your mind. The leaders are not born leaders. We can develop or build new leaders by providing them a proper training, by recognizing their potentials, by nurturing them. In that way, you see that recruit teachers to become teacher leaders, take them through mentoring and through different CPD programs to that point where they are start behaving in a way or taking their profession seriously in the way that teacher leaders are required to do so. Build leadership capabilities among teachers, nurture leadership qualities in teachers, empower teacher leaders. It's all ongoing professional growth opportunities to teacher leaders. It's an ongoing process. Believe me, professional development, it's continuing professional development. It's really a very integral part of teaching and learning activities enhancement. Here you can see on your screens that conceptual framework for teacher leadership. Again, I just touched the points because we discussed it in very detail when we are discussing dimensions. That teacher leaders act as teachers, learning oriented, leadership capacities, leadership, work is valued, visible, negotiated, shared. Supportive culture, supportive principal and colleagues, time, resources, development opportunities, yes, professional development again, and the means of leadership influence, maintain focus on teaching and learning, establish trusting and constructive relationships, interact through formal and informal points of influence. Targets there are individuals, team or groups, organizational capacity, and in the end, improvements in teaching and learning practice, which has a direct impact on students' learning and their achievement level increase, enhance, and so in the same manner, school will improve. The school environment will become more positive. And teacher leaders has a very great responsibility on their shoulders while we are moving into COVID-19 era. Why is teacher leadership important during a pandemic? You know that unexpectedly many educators around the globe during the summer of 2020 are affected by COVID-19. There was no precedents or guides to leading schools in pandemic. For most leaders, schools immediately shifted from virtual to virtual learning with little time to establish effective systems even. Principals were tasked with leading virtual schools without having pandemic experiences. Teachers and school leaders were engaged in deep job embedded learning, trying, tiring, and refining practices as before. It's really very difficult to switch in a very quick manner. They have no plans in their hands. They have no further time to waste on that how to start that online learning. They have to start in a very quick manner. It's a very quick move from board to laptop screen or computer screens. Teacher leadership is important now more than ever before. Unlike the traditional setting, where administrators could walk to physical classroom to observe instruction, now they rely on teacher leadership and technology to support instruction and professional learning communities. Strategies and systems can be established to ensure schools leverage leadership while surviving and thriving in one of the most trying times in the history of education. And here I again appreciate the efforts which are which are our teachers are doing since these days of lockdown. We are facing very difficulties at how to cope up with this virus COVID-19 and how to continue our learning process. Here again, the need of time is to develop the platforms where the teacher can take support and have and somehow idea about that how to improve their teaching and learning on online learning in era as well, and how to engage more learners into it. Make them realize the students to that from where they are and where they need to be, and the purpose of learning, how important it is. It's really very important, because if they are not ready to switch their thinking patterns as they are used to in classroom environment, it's really very difficult for teachers to engage them in learning process. And again, the professional development need is much more bigger than right now as before, because at that time they have somehow a management in where they are checking their environment, teaching and learning environments in the classroom. They get support, but now the teacher is all alone working on their online sessions, online lesson plans, and engaging students or learners in a way that it will uplift their learning levels and they will get success in future. So it's very difficult time, I must say, but if we align ourselves with these dimensions which I just discussed, we are in position to perform as teacher leaders, and our teaching and learning practices will improve further. In the end, I would like to share the one quote of Sir Keane Robinson, one of my favorite educator. He is no more with us, but his sayings, his search is always with us to support. The real role of leadership in education is not and should not be command and control. The real role of leadership is climate control, creating a climate of possibility. And I must say that it's not a matter of role, it's matter of the role of leadership is to develop the climate of creating a climate of possibilities. That's yes, we can do it. So teachers, you have to show your best performance and know your role and play your part. With this, I would like to end my presentation. You can contact me on these. You can find me On Facebook. You can find me on ResearchGate, where you can have an idea about my research, which is also a teaching learning facilitation. And I hope it works. And if you have any questions, kindly ask me there, or you can email me at kashfilatafat@gmail.com, and I will really oblige to give answers to these. Thank you. Over to
Thank you,
Ms.
Ms. Kashfia.
Welcome.
A very wonderful and insightful session.
Thank you.
Enlightened and described the role of a teacher very well. Obviously affects on teaching and learning activities the teacher as well, and it has been proved in this pandemic. So thank you, Juno, for joining us. Good luck and best wishes for the competition.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my perspective with the whole larger audience.
Very over to Ms. Azra.
Yes, I just wanted to drop a word of thanks from Nurul Huda Education. Thank you very much, Kashfia.
No worries.
Inshallah.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
So we are going to end our session. Yes, inshallah, tomorrow we are going to have one more session and we will announce on our page. So stay tuned, stay connected. Thank you, everyone, and Allah Hafiz. Okay, ma'am, should we leave the meeting?